Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. No, I'm serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
And that person, big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the black box. We blow a secession. Oh, my mama. I had to react to this, man. Once upon a time, I was a part of a trio. The official title was called Bottom Line. It was hosted at the Fed quarters before they actually became the Fed quarters, but it was no jumper nonetheless. And my co-host was Munchie B and Poetik Flakko. When this all started, me and Munchie being invited to No Jumper by Poetik Flakko was via Munchie's relationship with Flakko. I remember at that time expressing to Munchie on multiple occasions, man, that's your plug with Flakko that got us in there. Good shit, man. You did that. And throughout the majority of the time, if not the entirety time, I kind of fell back and played backseat and let Munchie kind of like manage, drive the dynamic based on the relationship with Flakko, because that was his plug, like basically. And I always was extremely vocal about my appreciation toward Munchie for turning that on and keeping it cracking. So, you know, some know, but it fell apart, and you seen what happened if you know what's up. And like I say, it always seemed as if Flakko and Munchie was tighter than Flakko and myself. And to see that they going through what they going through is crazy. So when I seen the title, I just had to check it out. I seen Flakko said that Munchie is trying to get him fired. That's crazy work. I'm reminding you, Flakko got us in that building. So we're going to, with no further ado, see what Flakko and Munchie B have been up to. So I do it like this or like, I don't like that. That's why that's what layouts are, because I don't like the way that little, when he did with the black behind it. Oh, I know what to do. Hold on, y'all. Bam, my bad. I should just did this and we'll be Gucci. Yep, my bad. We can do it just like this. Let's go.
My coworker, Munchie B, has been trying to get me fired from No Jumper for a while now, which is odd because I'm the only reason he's on the channel. But I have a video later this week where we dive more into Munchie B. But let's just talk about what's going on, okay, today. So I seen a video on the No Jumper Clips channel where Munchie B is essentially trying to convince Adam, like publicly. He's already been trying to do it in a group chat. But he's now trying to convince Adam publicly that doing business with me is a bad idea. And I just thought this whole situation is hilarious and funny. They were on a No Jumper show reacting to this post I made on my Instagram story that has Munchie B very nervous, like very scared, and I don't know why. The post says, there's an arrest coming very soon in a famous LA rapper's death. My video dropping once I get the green light to name the #1 suspect in his murder. The only reason the arrest hasn't happened yet is because they're building a conspiracy and don't want another rapper to flee. I don't want to interfere because obviously that's obstruction. If I do, if LAPD drag their feet another month, I'm dropping the content. I thought that was pretty straightforward. You know, that's me being honest. But apparently Munchie B was very upset, very angry, and very paranoid about that. And I'm confused because anybody tell me in the comment section why Munchie B, the Inglewood mayor, would be upset about me making that particular?
I think it's because maybe, I don't know, I'm just guessing. Recently, he claims to pass the bottle back and forth with said killer every day or on a regular basis. Probably that bottle right there in his hand right there. I couldn't imagine who's bold enough to pass the bottle with this dude while he trying to cover up that big old flesh color bump on his top lip.
Post, because I don't understand. So Munchie B proceeded to tell Adam how I'm police and I'm bad for the platform.
Can you pull the mic in a little bit, I think?
I think something wrong with that nigga, bro.
With Flakko.
Yeah, something he like not normal. Something ain't right with him.
Well,
He not feeling that. He like, bro, trying to get the BT and washed. I'm not feeling it.
No, that go for anybody. Like, why you just don't join the academy, bro? I'll tell you, you ain't even gotta be a college graduate to be a police, bro. That go for whack 600. Like who? I never heard of people go to.
This is coming from a guy who, out his own mouth, claims to get paid to report crimes to law enforcement through an app. Imagine that.
Somebody court date if they not there for themselves or to support.
okay, but
Like this people do is just crazy.
are you consistent with this? Because when Traplo Ross has been investigating the dude David, who allegedly killed his underage girlfriend and stuffed her into the trunk of the frunk of the Tesla. I mean, A, those are like his biggest videos on the second channel he's like ever done, I think. And then B, I didn't see anybody saying that Traplo Ross was doing something bad by basically like exposing the rumors about what was happening with the investigation.
I still haven't said a name. People have put names in my mouth. I still haven't said a name. All I said was, doing a video very soon. I know who murdered a famous LA rapper. I'm naming the #1 suspect, and I'm breaking down this entire conspiracy. That's all I said, all right? They put Draco's name in my mouth. They put all the other stuff in my mouth. And they're reacting to words that they put in my mouth from their own mouths. I don't understand this at all. Now, Munchie is very upset and very irate because, you know, he believes I'm making a video about Draco the Ruler. He put Draco the Ruler in my mouth. I didn't. Now, here's the thing. If Munchie B was consistent, I would understand. But Munchie B proceeds to tell Adam that Traplo Ross doing a 3-hour documentary breaking down the Draco the Ruler murder and naming YG throughout that entire 3-hour documentary. That's fine. When a white man do it, it's fine. But when Poetik Flakko does it, he needs to be fired. No, we can associate with this. This is wrong. like, sir, y'all gotta like find new creative ways to hate. If you just want to hate, just call yourself a hater.
But when Munchie was telling the whole world that I tried, what was the word he used? It was such a law enforcement word. When he told the whole world I tried, the matter of fact, let's let Munchie say it for himself. This was cool too. Even Alex Alonso rocked with this. He didn't
Like button.
Spider, what did you say? Yeah, you tried to solicit me and my homies to go bust on a 9/7 hood day.
imagine that. Everybody overlooked that one. Listen to him again.
Like button.
Spider, what did you say? Yeah, you tried to solicit me and my homies to go bust on a 9/7 hood day.
Hey, anything, lie snitching, that's crazy.
Man, but trying to be morally and logically consistent with something that's not consistent doesn't do you any well, right? We just see you as an absolute hypocrite, as a raging hypocrite of that.
So is your offense that you're taking to Flakko talking about this, is it solely because we can probably assume that the people he's talking about are people that you're cool with?
Trap did the video regarding this also. He didn't paused it and all kind of stuff. You never seen that?
Yeah, where he broke down the whole footage.
He did the whole, with the judge. He paused it and whatever he thought. You talking about somebody that's talking about some, they ain't trying to interfere with their investigation if they take too long. Like what?
These LA dudes are bootlicking samples if you've ever seen one. So Traplo Ross dropping a 3-hour
Hey, Flakko, not LA dudes. Please specify. However, I don't understand why people care what Flakko say so much. Who is Flakko to be so pressed by what Flakko say? That's crazy.
documentary. It's okay, right? Traplo Ross naming YG and other people that you're cool with as being a part of Draco the Ruler's murder, that's cool. I'll say I'm dropping my documentary, all of a sudden I'm the worst person in the world, and you're doing a video attacking my mama, attacking my daddy, attacking my life. It's like, okay, what? And his excuse of, oh, Flakko said he's gonna wait so he don't interfere, so I should drop it sooner, and that would have made it better. Excuse me? No, you're not fooling anybody here. The difference is Traplo Ross kind of touched broadly on it, not really fully understanding the full detail, the full grasp. But Munchie B know for a fact, I know who murdered Draco the Ruler. He knows for a fact that he knows how I know. So this is why he's panicking. This is why he's worried. It's not because I'm not dropping it sooner, because what sense does that make? You hate me because I'm not dropping the content you hate as fast as I could? No. He's upset that he knows that I know the information. He knows for a fact I know the information. And he's upset that I'm releasing that information to the public because the public deserves to know.
Those black lines that you see irritate me to death, irking me, are due to a poorly lit green screen that I shall rectify very soon.
Who murdered one of the most promising LA rappers of all time? And I'm sorry. No amount of calls to No Jumper, no amount of politicking or trying to put pressure on Adam is going to stop me from dropping that content. I'm dropping it, buddy. And when I drop it, it's going to be a holiday in LA.
So there's a bunch of eyewitnesses that could be taking this approach. Flakko doing it from another state seems like he's inserting himself in the problem.
But isn't that the problem? There was hundreds of eyewitnesses who watched this happen. There were a lot of people who was recording and watching a son, a father, a legend lose his life in cold blood at the hands of haters. And nobody was willing to come forward and let the public know who did it. But they're behind the scenes gossiping, telling they hood, right? Telling the sad who did it, but they're not willing to come forward. Isn't that the problem? It's taking an outsider, Poetik Flakko, to come and let you guys know what everybody in LA is already, well, not everybody in LA, right? But mostly everybody involved.
I'm trying to figure out how is this so different from any and everything Flakko has been doing and saying this entire time he been online? How is this not right in step with the way he presents himself? I don't know what the big hoopla is.
In this situation already knows who did it. They know the person who was passing out the knives. They know the person who took the knife and stabbed Draco the Ruler in his freaking neck. And it took an outsider to come and reveal that information. Man, come on, man. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all.
Under Flakko, well, he hasn't even said it. That's crazy. The power y'all give Flakko. Flakko said, hey, I know who did it. And then all these people started saying these names. Everybody else started popping these two names. All Flakko said is, hey, I know. And then you guys did all the talking. I ain't heard Flakko say a name yet.
Yourselves, man. Nobody can shame me for taking initiative.
And it seems
Definitely
like he waited.
himself.
Seems like he waited because this happened.
Yeah, a couple years ago. Yeah.
4 years ago. And Flakko is not, he just didn't wake up privy to this information yesterday.
And
he did know this. He wanted to wait until
you're
he
a
was out
part
the
of
way.
No Jumper. We
Yeah.
have people that work here that are closely related to the situation, blood related to the situation. You could have took this to them, but you're using it for content. So that kind of seemed disingenuous to me as well. Like,
Well, but I don't think it's just genuine because he makes it perfectly clear that he's all about the content and that, like,
Yeah,
he wants to
doesn't
get his
care.
views.
but don't make it seem like you're out for justice. And if LAPD doesn't do something, you will. When you could have been told the people family what's up.
I do like Tam, but this is silly and kind of dumb. What exactly would I be bringing to Ralphie the Plug that he don't know? What about who murdered Draco the Ruler would I be bringing to somebody who was right next to Draco the Ruler when he got stabbed that they wouldn't already know? So the statement of why
What
come
did you
public
say?
and not just tell the brother and bring it to him? Because the brother already knows. The brother was present. The brother was
You
there.
tried to solicit me
Right?
and my homies
The
to go
brother
bust
was a
on the
soldier and
9/7
fought his life out against 100 people to protect his brother and protect everybody else. Ralphie was front line versus 100 people. So what exactly are you asking me to bring to the brother first? The brother already knows this information. He was there. Like, it's no secret. The most hilarious part about all of this, though, is Munchie B trying to put this seed in Adam's head and telling Adam that I'm the reason why people don't want to come up to No Jumper. And it's just like, even Adam is looking at him like this don't even make sense. So, like, shut up.
Like him And why a lot of reason why people don't want to come up here and interview, bro. These weird type vibes, bro. Like who?
Flacco's nearly never here.
They
It's
don't think
association with the
that.
brand,
Yeah,
though,
that's
for
associated
sure.
with
Look.
it.
That's I have to tell them, bro. Stop sending me this link. They reporting what he that's out there. He talking about what he about to drop like an album. Like that's not no jumper work. That's Flakko work. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of, but what that's that's on him, man.
I mean, my main thing is like,
What is
That's
no
good
jumper
for that.
work?
I get if it make him happy, I guess.
I had somebody hit me up saying basically like, hey, if Flacco's dropping this kind of content, it's gonna get treated like No Jumper's the ones dropping that content.
Definitely.
Sean Cotton and other notable people and A-listers have said they were not going to come to No Jumper. And you know the number one reason? Hey, bruh, y'all gangbang too hard in that building, man. Sean Cotton told Adam during an interview that the reason why he was scared to come to No Jumper is because he see all these gangbangers on the platform. He thought like the building was filled with like gangbangers. If you think that I'm the reason why people aren't
Van Lathan, I believe that's how you say his name, the brother that used to be at TMZ that went up on Kanye while he was there, he said the exact same thing.
coming to No Jumper, you're out of your mind. It's because of the gangbangers on the platform. It's because of the malarkey and the nonsense that y'all engage in. You think somebody hears, hey man, Munchie B, hey man, this dude right here, who allegedly murdered Shady Blue's cousin and had him crying, this dude right here is on the platform. Yeah, that's the safe place to be. Let me come and sit across from a man who allegedly was responsible for a lot of murders, for a lot of Crips at a particular
That's blind as a bitch and got caught on camera at the Fed quarters with a burner on his hip.
time when a Crip died, they blame Munchie B. Let me come and sit across from this guy. Are you talk about being completely unaware? You lack self-awareness, and that's your problem. Like you're blind, but that's no excuse to not have self-awareness, bro. All right. Now, Adam, when he says somebody like caught him, Adam don't even understand.
Hey, he in love with Vladimir. He is jockeying for that closest spot next to Vladimir. I heard him bragging about he got Draco memorabilia. So he couldn't even let the other person. As soon as he heard Draco's name, he dead. He was this used to be up there. It's gone now. Like he's at the what the soul mother. Do you not realize the man in control of all that? You understand who that is? That's your G homie. You the No Jumper mayor, the No Jumper. You from the NJB team.
And like that's Munchie B trying to run a play on him. So the person who called Adam and told Adam that was Frosty the Snowman. That's Munchie B's right-hand man. So Munchie B right-hand man,
him and they supposed to be the realest in the trenches, rocks, the realest, calling, reporting to Vladimir 22. Just let that shit soak in. Think about this shit, y'all.
called Adam and told Adam that if if Flakko dropped this, that they gonna blame No Jumper for it. No Jumper gonna reap the consequences. So Munchie B's homie is calling you to tell you that, and Munchie B is your employee, and you don't see the play that Munchie B is who told him to do that? Munchie B is trying day and night. He's working overtime, bruh.
Isn't consequences a threat? Wow.
For this video not to come out. Try to get Adam to essentially give me an ultimatum. If I drop the video, your job is at risk. Try to tell Adam, hey, bruh, if Flakko drops this video, we blaming No Jumper. Why is Munchie B working this hard for this video not to come out? What is gonna be in this video that
he say he passed the bottle all the time with who?
has Munchie B so worried? I want to know.
Switch, he's right. On one hand, I think Flacco's totally within his right to expose whatever the he wants to say about an ongoing investigation. Because I mean, it's not any different than what happens in the real media world, where the New York Times, if they find out that there's an investigation going on,
I'm a cold nigga. All I see is the sandals and the feet, that pedicure. She just it just looked like she smelled like summer breeze. She is so refreshing. I seen her go through some turmoil up there recently. So glad to see she made it through there and spoke her mind and stood on her stuffuses. She is so pleasant. Salute to you, baby. So decently dressed, so covered, and it's just sexy enough with that neck showing and feet and ankle of some shit.
Into a alleged crime that Donald Trump committed, they are going to publish an article where the title is "There is an investigation going on into Donald Trump for X, Y, and Z," and that's not considered even slightly out of the ordinary for them to sort of preemptively say, "Hey, we found out about an investigation that is taking place." I personally don't want that stuff being revealed on my platform, and at this time, it's kind of useful. I think that feels like not here or not consistently on the channel. I think unless he drops some kind of crazy bomb, we won't be covering it any further.
Well, the thing is, like, the police and the media have had a very tenuous relationship for a long time, and anytime there is investigations, there'll be communication. They'll be like, "Hey, don't reveal this," so they'll do media blackouts and things like that.
Her feet look soft as a motherfucker.
It's very commonly done.
You gotta know when this dropped though, they gonna be like, yeah, Flakko and Adam 22, some snitchers. They gonna throw your name in automatically.
Just
I'm telling you, already hit me this morning about it, and I just work here. I'm not the owner.
Nobody's gonna say Adam 22 snitched on it when I didn't have anything.
Check this out. As if this is even up for debate. Like, they don't realize they're sitting in the Fed quarters right next to the man that says this.
The feds were interested in one thing and one thing only. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Loose Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death.
Gave it to him though?
Isn't it? We did hand it over, yeah.
Isn't this when that that
was it?
I mean, really, like,
So it's safe to say you the feds.
I'm happy to help the feds.
God damn. Go ahead. Let's go. Keep going, Flakko. This is crazy. They acting oblivious who they sit next to. Shout out Almighty. That's my nigga, though.
To do with creating the
think,
content.
You think they gonna group
You
him
want
into
that to be
it's his
true, but
brand?
that's not actually
I'm saying
reality.
if it's calling the workers, this isn't my company.
Yeah, they're calling the workers because they want them to lean on Flakko for it to not come out. But if No Jumper's not the one,
Nah, that's not what they said. I can show you the message. It was more so that's what's going on up there, bro. And I'm like, he's in Texas.
Yeah,
But they don't know that. Nobody know that in Texas.
I mean, if your argument is that there is some retard out there that would try to make the argument, then I feel you. But I object to the notion that that's going to be the prevailing narrative, was that I had a role in it just because Flakko, somebody who used to be
Not
on this
saying you had
podcast
a role,
consistently.
Adam, it's No Jumper.
It's crazy when they choose to disassociate themselves from one another and when they choose to present as a unit. It's very selective, quite ironic.
For host, Poetik Flakko. That's enough.
So it seemed like
that part.
That's enough.
You know what I'm saying?
That's enough. Not saying you had any part or any, just the fact that this post No Jumper host Poetik Flakko, that automatically come down on all of us, including you.
So you're saying you think I should formally excommunicate Flakko from being known as a No Jumper host?
I
Not
think
as
so.
community. No, I don't think so.
If he
You just
been
said
gone
yes.
since last year and he came up to say, "Oh wait, what?"
Why would he, when Loose Coochie Lips sat there, implicated Big U in all those felonious acts, and it was no problem? Why start now?
First, and
You see how Suspect is a real one? Nah, man, nah.
I didn't even know he was gonna say that. Shout out Suspect.
Hell, I'm not saying don't do that to Flock. Hell nah. See, Suspect, real one. Munchie B hating starts to stutter like me. You don't stutter that badly usually, man. You is trying to rush the words out to tell that white man to take away an opportunity from this young black man. Because this young black man knows who murdered a LA legend and is currently unsolved. Ew. Is that the reason why, Munchie? I'm confused. Why do you hate Flakko so bad? What did Flakko ever do to you? Not a goddamn thing.
to be a co-defendant with Jalise that one time. When have you been back?
Wait, what?
When have you been back other than that Tuesday show? When she started
Flakko?
trying?
I believe, I'm sure he meant to say co-host, not co-defendant. I don't know. Like, he is extremely nervous. In a moment like this, there's absolutely
It was something that's not consistent, doesn't like
there's absolutely no reason for the word co-defendant to be on this dude's mind. What is he so nervous about? He remind me of how Loose Coochie Lips was trolling Big U. You did this, you did that. He went on no jumper fake, quarters broad, camera, front of the world. You had me do this crime, and all of a sudden they start talking about the hot one in Vegas. And he's like, oh, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that. That's who Munchie reminded me of. What do he mean, co-defendant? You mean co-host? Let me see.
doesn't do you any well, right? We just see you as an absolute hypocrite, as a raging hypocrite.
It's clear that he's all about the content. And that, like,
you think somebody hears, hey man, Munchie B, hey man, this dude, like you're blind.
It's not any different than what happens in the real media world, where the New York Times, if they find out that there's an investigation,
it's very commonly done.
You gotta know when this dropped though, they're gonna be like, yeah, Flakko and Adam 22, some snitchers. They gonna throw your name in automatically.
Just not.
I'm telling you, already hit me this morning about it, and I just work here. I'm not the owner.
Nobody's
of the
gonna say
company.
Adam 22 snitched on it when I didn't have anything to do with creating the content.
You think they gonna group
you want that to be true, but that's not actually reality.
If is calling the workers, this isn't my company.
Yeah, they're calling the workers because they want them to lean on Flakko for it to not come out. But if No Jumper's not the one,
that's not what they
forward,
said. I can show you the message. It was more so that's what's going on up there, bro. And I'm like, he's in Texas.
Yeah,
but they don't know that. Nobody know that in Texas.
I mean, if your argument is that there is some retard out there that would try to make that argument, then I feel you. But I object to the notion that that's going to be the prevailing narrative, was that I had a role in it just because Flakko, somebody who used to be
not
on this
saying you had
podcast
a role,
consistently.
Adam, it's No Jumper host, Poetik Flakko. That's enough.
So it seemed like
that part.
That's enough. That's enough. Not saying you had any part or any, just the fact that this post No Jumper host Poetik Flakko, that automatically come down on all of us, including you.
So you're saying you think I should formally excommunicate Flakko from being known as a No Jumper host?
Not excommunicate.
No, I don't think so.
If he been gone since last year and he came up to say, I'm way worse. And
you see how Suspect is a real one? Nah, man, nah. Hell, I'm not saying don't do that to Flakko. Hell nah. See, Suspect, real one. Munchie B hating starts to stutter like me. You don't stutter that badly usually, man. You is trying to rush the words out to tell that white man to take away an opportunity from this young black man. Because this young black man knows who murdered a LA legend and is currently unsolved. Ew. Is that the reason why, Munchie? I'm confused. Why do you hate Flakko so bad? What did Flakko ever do to you? Not a goddamn thing.
He finna tell on himself right now. Watch the word co-defendant come out of nowhere, out of nervous near mouth who talk too motherfucking much.
To be a co-defendant, what?
Wow. He nervous.
Jalees, that one time, when have you been back?
Wait, what?
When have you been back other than that Tuesday show?
Flakko?
That's the only time. Or like,
yeah, he pulled up that one time. And that was it, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, is he a host still?
I would say the door is open for him to be on the podcast. However, is he consistently on the channel? Obviously not.
Regardless, he's still a
You gotta be a real No Jumper fan to know.
Imagine sitting up there speaking down and hating on the motherfucker who got you in the building, being in the building. They don't make haters to no deeper degree than that. That is crazy thirsty. To sit next to a man who will put on panties and let another man in some panties sit on his lap and take pictures. Just think about it, cuz. A motherfucker that kicked you, disrespected you. I've never seen nothing like this in my life.
Do you want to distance yourself from him if that narrative is going to be prevailing, that Flakko is doing
I mean,
murder
what more do I need to
investigation
do to
work.
distance myself from, aside from the fact that he doesn't live in this state and he's not consistently been on the channel for a year?
You gotta say
I think you're thinking about it too much in our day-to-day life and not the prevailing feelings on the internet that
because
Flakko
your
is
average
a part
person
of.
doesn't even know that he don't be here no more.
Munchie B has been dissing me for the last couple months, maybe 5 or 6 months, but he crossed the line with this and the other things he said that I'm probably going to review in another video. He told just some bold-faced lies on me, even tried to allude that I'm on the registry, which is not.
Wow, he told some bold-faced lies on you, Flakko. He told some bold-faced lies on me, too. A few. One of them was crazy, though.
Not true at all.
Check it out.
Like, absolutely.
It's crazy. I couldn't believe it.
The like button.
Spider, what did you say? Yeah, you tried to solicit me and my homies to go bust on a 9-7 hood day.
Oh, yeah, cold lies. Cold lies.
Absolutely not true. Right? Like, like try to allude that I'm a felon. It's not true at all. But the sad part about this is I was the one who vouched for Munchie B. When I first got to LA,
Oh, my mama, I didn't know he was finna say that.
knew of Munchie B. I was a fan of Munchie B. And I wanted to.
Around the same time, Munchie B knew of me, and he was a fan of me. In my DM, all on my dick.
To bring Munchie B for a no jumper interview. Everybody says no. We're loyal to Draco. Munchie B is unhinged. He's problematic. We don't want him in the building at all. I kept pushing. It took a year and a half of me pushing every day.
Oh no, he was had been in my DM on my dick way before that. East side.
To bring Munchie B to no jumper for an interview. After the interview, I pushed for Munchie B and Spider Loc to have a show, even saying, yo, I'll do the show with them if they can get a show. Adam said, like, we don't really want him in the building right now because, we have other people who love Drake.
Oh, my mama, dead homies, daughters, Lokes, loved ones, sisters, sons, aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews. Everything I love and live for. My daddy, dead homies. I, as well, used to campaign to Vladimir 22 to get Munchie in that building. And the conversation, the deterrent was the Draco. Oh, Poetik. Oh, my mama.
Other people who were associated with and with Draco, we like him being live is a liability. We just don't want those problems right now. I say, yo, I would do the show on Melrose.
Keyway, cuz we had it all set up and planned. All right, we're gonna do the show. We're gonna start this. Flakko was like, damn, got some bad news. We can't film in the building because we gonna have to. He was gonna rent a whole nother facility. Had it all set up, address and all that.
I would pay for the engineer, for everything to do the show just because I want Munchie B to get an opportunity.
Facts, he went hard for us.
Ultimately, I was able to convince Adam to let Munchie B, Spider Loc, and me do the show.
Facts.
The show got canceled, even though the numbers were great, due to politics and other people in the building not feeling comfortable with Munchie B being there. What happened was, after the show got canceled, I still kept pushing. I brought Munchie B on the news the first time. Listen, I left for like 4 months, came back, and the first chance I get to produce a show, I brought Munchie B on. After Munchie B was live on the news, Adam came and said, man, listen, man, the building, people are complaining about Munchie B being on the news. I like Munchie B. I want him here, but I got to go with the people already here. It took me politicking, pushing, even making enemies with certain people who didn't like what I was doing for Munchie B. And until I fought for Munchie B to come back on the news a couple times, and then Munchie B was on the Tuesday show. So the fact that this is a guy who I worked this hard to show.
Just think how much he went through just to be in that building. Even after he announced he wasn't coming back after the kick, he tolerated, sucked all that up. Don't have no ill will feelings toward Vladimir. Hate me. I ain't did nothing to him. But that nigga was desperate for that headquarters attention.
Support and give opportunities to the fact that this is the man who's now pushing for Adam to take me off the platform and to distance himself from me. It's snakish, right? It's not cool. It's nasty stuff. But, what did I expect, right? From a gang member, right? Like, you can't expect loyalty from certain gang members, man. But I'm gonna make another video where I'm reacting to certain lies Munchie B told on me. So I'm gonna see you guys in this next video right here somewhere on my screen.
For sure, and I'll be here to react to that one too. That was good shooting it, Flakko. Oh, my mama. Bottom line was we had a good thing going up there at the Fed quarters before it was officially actually the Fed quarters.
Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. You know, serious though.
Watch, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
And that person, big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.